I was motivated to create Portrait of Ailey when I heard Alvin's voice in the tapes Alvin made for his autobiography.
I had these creative fires bubbling inside. And I even taught some classes during this period where I tried to integrate the horn technique with a style of my own.
I'd heard these things before, but I was listening differently because I was in a different place in my life. Listening to these tapes was an emotional experience. Hearing his words was poetic. One day, I was in the elevator with the students from the school, and I realized they had never met, known, or seen Alvin, heard his voice, or seen him dance. The same could be said for many of the faculty and the people who are part of the Ailey organization. And yet, we are here because of him. As artistic director, he curated the repertoire not only of his works, but those of many choreographers. He wanted to pay tribute to the modern dance pioneers like Ted Shawn, Pearl Primus, Janet Collins, Lester Horton, and Katherine Dunham, to celebrate the present with work of his peers like Jose Limon, Donald McHale, and Tally Beatty, and as a nod to the future, to expose emerging choreographers like George Faison, Laura Lubavitch, Ulysses Dove, Elissa Monti, Louis Falco, and Jennifer Muller, Donald Byrd, and Catherine Posen. Alvin's generosity was such that a choreographer always had first pick of the dancers. Then Alvin took the remaining dancers to another studio to create a work on them. As artistic director, Alvin embraced everyone, designers, dancers, and production. He was the producer. When Alvin was creating a work of his own, he most often would come with music that had inspired him. In fact, he couldn't get started on a piece without the music. The lessons I learned as a dancer and took with me, I learned by osmosis. I was in a company that was well run, an environment that informed me of so much without my even realizing it at the time. I learned about lighting, how to run a rehearsal, how to negotiate with dancers and choreographers, and administration. Alvin gave me the chance to expand my world, to explore my ambitions and my artistry, and a chance to grow. He often said, use my steps and show yourself. And when he invited me to direct the second company, it took only a good night's sleep to accept, and that was the beginning of a continuing dialogue. Alvin believed that one's self-esteem was crucial, particularly to young people. He was a great believer in education and education through the arts. I will quote him. The operative word is tenacity. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe strongly in what you are doing and go on doing it, and don't be afraid to fail. The Joan Wiles Center for Dance is one of Judith Jamison's greatest achievements in realizing Mr. Ailey's vision. It's allowed Alvin's vision of outreach to expand beyond expectations. It has magnified his impact on the world. In the same tradition as Mr. Ailey, Ms. Jamison expanded the organization's vision. Alvin would have relished the expansion of Ailey Camp across the nation, Ailey's affiliation with Fordham University, and the Ailey Extension, which offers classes for anyone who walks through those doors. And I dare say, he would have been a great champion of all the breakthrough technologies in dance. Alvin is an icon because of his humanity. He was a man of vision, generosity of spirit, a man with a clear sense of his roots and heritage, able to communicate his vision through dance. He had a profound respect for the differences in people as well as their similarities. All of this made him who he was. Students, faculty, staff have come up to me and unabashedly, directly said how much they appreciated and how much they learned from Portrait of Ailey. And my response has always been, thank you. This was for you.